Welcome to Gaia tutorial number 5. Today we're going to talk about the glossary. The glossary, similarly to the translation memory, is another repository, but in this case, instead of storing entire sentences, you're talking about terms, short terms that are very important for your production, for your files, and to make the translation as consistent as possible across different segments. So let's see this one here. This is the same project we talked about in the translation memory tutorial. This is Healthy Gamer. And if you click on scope, you can see all the target languages, how many glossary terms, how many target languages have glossary terms, how many nodes there are there, and when was the last time it was updated. So basically, as an example, I added 3 terms here for this content: histamine, inflammation, and MCAS. So if you go to filters, it works as you would expect. You can search for specific glossary terms and filter them as you like. You can also select the target languages. So just to show you how it works, histamine, it is going to be just histamine there. And of course, the terms, they also have a specific approval workflow. So you can add them as suggestions, and it follows a specific workflow. Other people need to approve the term. If you do not have the permissions to do so, other people need to approve this term before it goes live in the glossary, and it is displayed contextually in the translation grid. So you can see here the target text, the status, it's approved, the number of the revision, source term, the target term, the note, who proposed this, when it was updated, and the actions. In this case, if you want to just remove this term from the glossary, you can click on deprecate. It is not going to be displayed in the translation grid, even though it's going to be there in the glossary if you want to consult all the older terms as well. Suggestions is a very interesting feature in Gaia. Gaia scans the entire text, and then it looks for terms that are repeating. Not necessarily these terms, all of them, they're going to be good glossary terms, but at least it gives you a very fast and efficient way to look for terms right in the system without any formulas that you need to do on other files. So here you can see that you can limit the number of suggestions that they're gonna see, that Gaia is gonna display to you. You can put, for instance, 10 or 1 suggestion or 19, whatever is the number that you want, and also the number of occurrences. So you want terms that repeat at least 2 times in the entire text. It is going to be there. If you need a higher number, you can also put this. So you're talking about terms that have a high probability of being good glossary term candidates. So in this case, I actually created the terms here based on this. I added the suggestions, histamine and inflammation just as an example. But I think MCAS is actually a good term. It's very specific. It's a technical term. So I think it's a good candidate to be in the glossary. So I added here the translation into Portuguese, which is SAM. And you can see here in the note the entire translation. So if you click on create term, you can create one right now, whatever is the term that you want, the target, then the note. And this is the option that I was talking about. If you want to follow a specific workflow, you can save this as a proposal only, pending review, and then either the reviewer or the owner of the project needs to approve this term before it goes live in the glossary. You can also import terms. In the same way that you imported the translation memory, you have many different types of files that you can upload to Gaia and populate your glossary. The same rule applies. You can download a template which has already the columns and the headers that you need. It's actually easier to do this, but you can use any kind of file, or you can connect to any kind of system that you have as well. The conflict strategy also exists in the same way of the translation memory. You can block the import when you have existing terms, or you can replace the existing terms, replace these terms with the file that you are uploading at the moment. And you can also export. You can download a CSV and you can export all the glossary terms and use this however you want. Thanks for watching. See you soon.